A very good evening and welcome to the news at 6, where we get you the day's top developing stories. Let's start with the headlines. President Pranab Mukherjee to demit office today will address the nation at 7:30 this evening. Six Congress members of Parliament suspended from Lok Sabha for 5 days. Speaker announces the action for their highly unbecoming conduct in the House. Distortion of expunged remarks by some media houses likely to be referred to Privileges Committee. Members of 12 parties give notice for the privilege move. And Finance Minister Arun Jaitley introduces the Banking Regulation Amendment Bill 2017 in Lok Sabha. It will allow RBI to direct banking companies to initiate proceedings on stressed assets. Top story this evening, President Pranab Mukherjee will address the nation today on the eve of demitting office. He will deliver a farewell address to the nation at 7:30 this evening. Mukherjee is demitting office after completing 5 years as the constitutional head of the state. He took office on the 25th of July 2012. In a grand ceremony on Sunday, parliamentarians from both Rajya Sabha and Lok Sabha gathered at Central Hall to bid farewell to the outgoing president. Party leaders praised him for his contribution in upholding democratic values. Thanking everyone, President Mukherjee spoke about his warm association with Prime Minister Narendra Modi. President-elect Ramnath Kovind, meanwhile, will take over as the country's 14th president on Tuesday. He will be administered the oath of office by the Chief Justice of India, Justice J.S. Khehar, at a special function in Central Hall of Parliament. Kovind was elected president on the 20th of July. Moving to House proceedings, at Rajya Sabha, Deputy Chairman P.J. Kurian on Monday indicated that distortion and reporting of expunged remarks by certain media houses may be referred to the Privileges Committee. The chair had last week stated that the media should not report anything expunged from the records.
Raising the issue during 0 hour, nominated member KTS Tulsi said that members from 12 parties gave a notice under Rule 188 for breach of privilege by certain media houses for distorting remarks by SPMP Naresh Agarwal.
We don't mind criticism, but when they were presenting this program, there was a banner on the screen of the television, "Not a shred of shame." Now, this is with regard to every MP. It's sought to be defamed in this manner. We don't mind criticism, we welcome it. But this is not the manner in which a dialogue takes place, and they are defaming. This is per se defamatory, not a shred of shame. So I submit that more than 50 MPs are here, my lord, and this matter should be referred to the Privileges Committee. I move this motion.
Deputy Chairman P.J. Kurian said that distortion of remarks by any member amounts to breach of privilege of the Member of Parliament.
The other day also, I said in the House that media should not report anything that has been expunged in the House. I said that. But yet it was reported, it was said that there is reporting and misreporting. And also, when members make some speech, if it is distorted, that amounts to the breach of privilege, and your notice, especially when it is signed by more than 50 people, and if it refers to distortion of what is said in the House, will be referred to Privilege Committee.
The Samajwadi leader had made these remarks during a short duration discussion on the reported increase in incidents of lynching and atrocities against minorities and Dalits on July 20th. Kriti Mishra, Rajya Sabha TV.
Members of the Trinamool Congress and AIADMK claimed anomalies in the medical entrance test NEET had adversely affected thousands of students in West Bengal and Tamil Nadu. The government assured the House that it will look into the matter.
Raising the issue during 0 hour, Derek O'Brien of the TMC alleged that different question papers were being given to students attempting the common medical entrance examination in regional languages in West Bengal and Tamil Nadu. He also pointed out towards a report that claims NCERT wants to remove references to Rabindranath Tagore from school books.
So this time in Bengal example and Tamil Nadu, 56,000 people who did that exam, 40,000 wrote it in Bengali. They got a separate paper and the results have been disastrous. Those boys and girls in our two states of Tamil Nadu and Bengal have been deprived.
AIADMK members, on the other hand, demanded complete exemption for Tamil Nadu students from NEET and walked into the well of the House.
To frame the uniform NEET syllabus, prescribe textbooks and make it very popular and make it published in all newspapers.
These are requests to the government.
Sufficient time to the students.
Yes.
Then only you can conduct NEET.
Health Minister JP Nadda assured the House that the government will look into the anomalies.
The honourable MPs from Tamil Nadu had come and met me. We are looking into the matter.
Raised by West Bengal also.
No, they had not come, but yes, the issue is the same. The issue is the same. We are looking into the matter.
The National Eligibility cum Entrance Test is an entrance examination for students who wish to study any graduate medical course or postgraduate course in government or in private medical colleges. NEET replaced the All India Pre-Medical Test and all individual MBBS exams conducted by states or colleges in 2013. Kriti Mishra, Rajya Sabha TV.
A new law on cleaning the Ganga River is on the anvil. Water Resources Minister Uma Bharti informed the Upper House on Monday that the details of the new legislation will be shared with the states concerned before tabling it in Parliament. She also assured that the House that various initiatives taken by the central government for cleaning Ganga River will show results in 2018.
A new law to lay down guidelines for cleaning the Ganga and implement the Namami Gange program is being formulated. Water Resources Minister Uma Bharti told the Upper House during question hour that it was a gigantic task to clean the Ganga River where crores of people bathe every year.
गंगा के लिए 20,000 करोड़ का अलॉटमेंट हुआ था. सबसे पहले गंगा की योजना बनी. पुराने प्रोजेक्ट को कंप्लीट करने के लिए हमें लगभग 8,000 करोड़ लगेंगे और नए इनिशिएटिव लेने के लिए हमें लगभग 12,000 करोड़ लगेंगे. मैं यहाँ घोषणा करती हूँ कि 2018 में जो मैंने घोषणा की है उसमें गंगा के रिजल्ट आने लग जाएंगे. हमने इतनी तैयारी की हुई है.
Earlier, members raised questions on the efficacy of government's ambitious Namami Gange program.
मंत्री जी से पूछना चाहता हूँ, ये जो रिवर डेवलपमेंट विंग है, क्या ये आप इस विंग के द्वारा ऐसा कोई नदी का विकास के लिए आपने काम किया है? उसके परिणाम क्या है? जो एक अविरल पानी बहना चाहिए और वो पानी शुद्ध होना चाहिए और आसपास के परिसर के उसके ऊपर कोई दुष्परिणाम नहीं होना चाहिए. तो इस दिशा में सरकार क्या की है?
इस योजना के लिए 1186 करोड़ रुपया सैंक्शन किया था. अभी तक केवल 40 करोड़ पूरे प्रोजेक्ट के लिए, ये केवल बनारस के लिए नहीं है, 40 करोड़ खर्च हुआ है. इसके मानी ये है कि इस रफ्तार से आप अगले 20 साल तक गंगा को साफ नहीं कर सकते. आंसर में 0 दिया. और कोई भी काम मैं जानना चाहता हूं कि कितने काम अभी तक 3 साल में पूरे हुए हैं.
The committee headed by Justice retired Girdhar Malviya prepared the draft of the new Ganga Act. The proposed law is likely to make it illegal to pollute or obstruct the natural flow of Ganga River. It will also prescribe penalties for those indulging in such activities. Kriti Mishra, Rajya Sabha TV.
Now to Lok Sabha, where Speaker Sumitra Mahajan today suspended 6 Congress members from the House. The members were protesting against incidents of mob lynching and demanded adjournment of the question hour. Following the rejection of their notice, protesting members stooped into the well and threw official papers at the chair. Here are more details.
Lok Sabha Speaker Sumitra Mahajan suspended 6 Congress members from the House for 5 days on Monday. This followed improper behavior by opposition members who walked into the well and flung official papers towards the chair. The suspended members include Gaurav Gogoi, K. Suresh, Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary, Ranjit Ranjan, Sushmita Dev and M.K. Raghavan.
This conduct of members is highly unbecoming and in abuse of the rules of the House, which seeks to undermine the dignity of the House. These members, by persistently and willfully obstructing the business of the House, have caused grave disorder. All the members whom I have named stand automatically suspended from the service of the House for 5 consecutive sittings in terms of provision of Rule 374A.
Prior to the suspension order, the House faced repeated adjournments due to uproar by opposition members. Protesting members raised anti-government slogans and protested against the Speaker for disallowing their adjournment notice over incidents of mob lynching.
Adjournment मोशन हमने जो मूव किया है वो रूल 56 और 57 के तहत किया है।
ये क्या है?
रूल्स के मुताबिक ही हमने आपके सामने ये पेश किया है, लेकिन मुझे बड़ा आश्चर्य हुआ कौन से रूल में आप बात कर रहे हैं।
बीजेपी का सरकार हुकूमत में आए हैं, सारा देश में ये गोरक्षक तांडव कर रहे हैं। मैडम प्रधानमंत्री बोलते हैं लेकिन कोई सुनता नहीं है। इसके मतलब प्रधानमंत्री के साथ उन लोग का साथ है। वो बोलता हम बोलेंगे तुम करते रहो। सारा देश में सन्नाटा छाया।
Parliamentary Affairs Minister Anant Kumar also condemned the improper conduct of the opposition members.
कांग्रेस पार्टी के नेता इतने हद तक गिर जाते हैं, यानी चेयर के ऊपर पेपर फेंकते हैं। ये हमने इसका पूरा निंदा करते हैं। जो मेंबर ऐसे किया है उसके बारे में कार्रवाई होना चाहिए।
Amid the continuing din, Deputy Speaker M. Thambidurai adjourned the House for the day. With Ravindra Sharan, Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha TV.
And earlier, Finance Minister Arun Jaitley introduced the Banking Regulation Amendment Bill 2017 in Lok Sabha. The bill seeks to amend the Banking Regulation Act 1949 and replaces the Banking Regulation Amendment Ordinance 2017 that was promulgated in May this year. Details in this report.
I rise to lay on the table an explanatory statement in Hindi and English version showing the reasons for immediate legislation by promulgation of the Banking Regulation.
Finance Minister Arun Jaitley introducing the Banking Regulation Amendment Bill 2017 in Lok Sabha on Monday. The legislation will authorize the Reserve Bank of India to direct banking companies to initiate proceedings to tackle stressed assets. It will also allow the RBI to initiate insolvency resolution measures for specific stressed assets. Opposing the bill, Trinamool Congress MP Saugata Roy asked for it to be referred to the Parliamentary Standing Committee.
I oppose the introduction of the Banking Regulation Amendment Ordinance 2017. This is a desperate step by a desperate government. When the banks have reached a stressed asset of 9.64 lakh crores, and now RBI is being given power to refer matters relating to stressed assets to Insolvency and Bankruptcy Board.
If passed, the bill will also empower the RBI to issue other directions to appoint or approve for appointment authorities or committees to advise banking companies to tackle the problem of stressed assets. With Pranav Goswami, Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha TV.
With that, a quick break here. We'll be back with more news in a bit. Stay with us.
कदम कदम बढ़ाए जा बढ़ाए जा बढ़ाए जा, खुशी के गीत गाए जा, ये जिंदगी है कौम की तो कौम पे लुटाए जा, कौम पे लुटाए जा, कदम कदम बढ़ाए जा बढ़ाए जा बढ़ाए जा। तू शेर हिंद आगे बढ़ मरने से फिर भी तू न जा, उड़ा के दुश्मनों के सर जो से वतन भराए जा, ये जिंदगी है कौम की तो कौम पे लुटाए जा, कौम पे लुटाए जा, कदम कदम बढ़ाए जा बढ़ाए जा।
कदम कदम बढ़ाए जा, खुशी के गीत गाए जा, ये जिंदगी है कौम की तू कौम पे लुटाए जा, कदम कदम बढ़ाए जा, खुशी के गीत गाए जा, ये जिंदगी है कौम की तू कौम पे लुटाए जा, कदम कदम बढ़ाए जा, खुशी के गीत गाए जा, ये जिंदगी है कौम पे तू कौम पे लुटाए।
Welcome back. International news. In Iraq has assured India that it will find the status of 39 Indians missing for years in conflict zones of the war-ravaged country. The message was conveyed by the visiting Iraqi Foreign Minister to External Affairs Minister Sushma Swaraj today.
On a 5-day visit to India, Iraqi Foreign Minister Ibrahim Al-Jafari met External Affairs Minister Sushma Swaraj on Monday. Both sides discussed major issues of trade and reconstruction efforts. The ministers also discussed issues relating to the situation in Iraq and the 39 missing Indians in Mosul. Jaffrey assured Swaraj that he will make all efforts to find their whereabouts.
We have no substantial evidence that they were killed or they're still alive, so we cannot give anything in that regard. We are doing efforts, and we will gratify and concert efforts in that regard.
On earlier occasions as well, Iraq has been helpful to India in tracking down nurses who were rescued alive. And despite the constant strain of conflict with the ISIS, India and Iraq have maintained robust trade relations that is valued at $18 billion US. India imports oil while exporting essential food and other items. Iraqi Foreign Minister also met Petroleum Minister Dharmendra Pradhan. He also paid a courtesy visit to Vice President Mohammad Hamid Ansari and discussed present situation prevailing in Iraq. With Akhilesh Suman, Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha TV.
National Security Advisor Ajit Doval will travel to China this week to attend the annual BRICS National Security Advisors Summit. Doval, who will be in Beijing on the 27th and 28th of July, will be the fourth Indian government representative to engage with China since the tri-junction dispute broke out at the India-China-Bhutan border in June last month. Meanwhile, ahead of Doval's visit, Chinese Foreign Ministry said meaningful dialogue on the ongoing Doklam standoff was unlikely until India fulfilled the precondition of withdrawing troops from the area.
我们强烈要求另方立即将越界的边防人员撤回边界线的印方一侧，这是我们解决事态的前提和基础。边境地区的和平安宁事关地区的和平稳定。
Jammu and Kashmir police arrested 20 people in connection with the mob lynching of Deputy Superintendent of Police Mohammad Ayub Pandit. Pandit was part of the security grid deployed for devotees attending the night-long prayers before Eid at Jama Masjid and was lynched outside the mosque in Srinagar's Nohata area on the 22nd of June. Inspector General of Police Munir Khan said a militant involved in Pandit's killing was shot dead in an encounter this month.
We arrested 3 main accused persons who were involved in this gruesome act, and after talking to them, after their custodial questioning, they led us to other accused persons who were involved.
The NIA also arrested 7 people, including the son-in-law of separatist leader Syed Ali Shah Gilani, in connection with its probe into subversive activities in Kashmir Valley. It also arrested 2 of Gilani's close aides and spokesperson of Hurriyat Conference led by Mirwais Umar Farooq. The National Investigation Agency also named terrorist Hafiz Saeed as an accused in the funding of terror probe. The CBI on Monday sought an arrest warrant against Gorkha Janmukti Morcha President Bimal Gurung, his wife Asha and 20 others before court in connection with the Madan Tamang murder case. The CBI urged the court to issue the warrant against the 22 accused who were absent at the hearing. Of the 48 remaining accused, 26 were present in court, but 22 others, including Gurung, were absent. The All India Gorkha League leader Madan Tamang was killed in Darjeeling in May 2010. In another development, the DGP and other senior police officers will visit Darjeeling to examine the law and order situation. Darjeeling entered its 40th day of indefinite shutdown in the hills, with all essential services including delivery of food items and internet banned in the area. Except for medicine shops, other shops, restaurants, hotels, schools and colleges remain closed. In national news, markets on Monday witnessed a strong opening, taking both benchmark indices to record high in opening trade. Sensex rose 216 points to end at a record high of 32,245, while the 50-share Nifty gained 51 points to close at 9,966 points. At the sectoral indices led by IT, oil and gas, bank, PSU and technology were trading in the positive zone with gains of up to 0.51%. Analysts said that the continued buying by foreign funds and domestic institutional investors helped the key indices to hit record hits. And now let's take you through some other national news updates in Nationwide. The Naga People's Front will move court to disqualify 36 NPF legislators in the wake of new Chief Minister T.R. Zeliang forming government. The NPF legislators will file the petition tomorrow in the Kohima bench of Guwahati High Court in support of former Chief Minister Shirozile Lezetso. Rain-battered Odisha is likely to be further hit by heavy to extremely heavy showers tomorrow due to a well-marked low pressure in the region. Extremely heavy rainfall is expected in one or two places in Sundargarh, Keonjhar, Mayurbhanj and Balasore, and heavy to very heavy rainfall in one or two places in Bhadrak, Jajpur, Angul, Dhekanal, Deoghar, Jharsuguda, Sambalpur, Sonepur and Baragarh districts in the next 24 hours. Heavy rains also likely to hit different parts of Uttarakhand, especially Kumaon region, over the next 48 hours. As per the Met Department, most places in the state may receive light to moderate rains and heavy showers are likely to occur at isolated places. In fact, according to weather forecasts, Dehradun will also remain generally cloudy with likelihood of rain and thunder showers taking place. All right, those are of course the national news updates. Meanwhile, let's also take you through some more news that came in this Monday. Eminent space scientist and former ISRO chairman Udupi Ramachandra Rao passed away early this morning. He was suffering from age-related ailments. He expressing grief over his demise. Prime Minister Narendra Modi said that Rao's remarkable contribution to India's space program will never be forgotten. Karnataka Chief Minister K. Siddaramaiah also paid his respects to the departed soul. Professor Rao is credited for his contribution to development of space technology in India and its extensive application to communications and remote sensing of natural resources. The first Indian satellite, Aryabhat, was launched in 1975 under his watch. At least 35 people were killed on Monday after a Taliban-claimed car bomb struck a bus carrying government staff through a Shiite neighborhood in Kabul. The deadly attacks come as the resurgent Taliban ramp up their offensive across the country. Here's a report.
At least 35 people were killed and dozens more injured after a suicide car bomb targeted a bus carrying ministry staff in Afghanistan's capital, Kabul. The casualties are expected to rise. The attack completely destroyed the bus along with 3 other cars and many shops in the area. Security forces cordoned off the area where the blast took place during rush hour. The Taliban claimed responsibility for the attack, saying they were targeting intelligence service officials.
The
district where the blast occurred is home to the minority Shia Hazara community, who were preparing to mark the 1-year anniversary of an attack that killed 84 and injured over 300 members of the ethnic minority. Afghanistan's Chief Executive Abdullah and President Ashraf Ghani condemned the attack. The bombing is the latest in a string of attacks recently by the Taliban that said it captured 2 districts in northern and central Afghanistan over the weekend. Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha Television.
And here are more international news updates in Global Buzz. Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan arrived in Kuwait after his visit to Saudi Arabia as part of a diplomatic tour aimed at healing an Arab rift with Ankara's ally Qatar. Saudi King Salman and Erdogan discussed efforts to combat terrorism and its sources of funding. Erdogan arrived in Kuwait and is scheduled to visit Qatar next to conclude the 2-day trip. Eight people were found dead inside a sweltering tractor trailer parked at a Walmart store in San Antonio in Texas. Authorities said they were victims of ruthless human traffickers. 30 more people, many in a critical condition and suffering from heat stroke and exhaustion, were also in the trailer that lacked air conditioning or water supply. Temperatures outside the vehicle topped 100 degrees Fahrenheit or 37.8 Celsius. The truck's driver was arrested and will face charges. At least 35 people killed, 40 injured after that suicide car bomb targeted Afghanistan's capital Kabul today. Investigations are still on. Thousands of protesters gathered across Poland holding candlelight vigils demanding that Polish President Andrzej Duda veto the bill overhauling the Supreme Court. Amid mass protests, senators of the right-wing Law and Justice Party agreed to a bill that will remove all Supreme Court justices except those handpicked by the Justice Minister. Critics claim this will undermine judicial independence. All right, that's all we have for you in the news at 6. We'll be back with more updates at 9. Stay with us.